As we are living in a constantly changing world, being able to make change is critical to our own existence and future development. In this process, educational change plays a fundamental role, for better or worse. That's why countries across the globe are spending billions of dollars on educational reform projects, hoping to upgrade the quality of education. Change, however, often turns out to be a complex and difficult phenomenon. In Vietnam, for example, the government spends almost $500 million on reforming foreign language teaching practices. However, after more than 10 years of implementation, the project is considered a failure because it could not generate significant change in teachers' everyday classroom teaching. This points out the fact that in order for real change to occur, teachers, as the frontline workers, and their change practices must be understood better. In my study, I looked into how Vietnamese tertiary teachers experienced educational change in their local reform context, groping into how they understand, how they experience emotionally, and how they actually realize the curriculum changes in their own classroom. For my data collection, I interviewed teachers, observed the teaching, asked them to reflect on their emotions, and analyze policy documents. What I found is striking differences among teachers in terms of how they understood and responded to the local reform. Also, it is interesting to find that though working in a changing environment, the teacher might not be aware of the need to generate new changes. And when they did, they were unsure of how to do it. So my research has implications for a new type of literacy. I call it change literacy, which should be part of pre-service teacher training and teacher professional development. Also, drawing on the theory and the findings, a new conceptual framework was proposed for the purpose of optimizing educational reform projects. And it starts with fostering teacher agency in everyday classroom teaching. My studies informed me that change is a collective process, but it starts with each one of us. I'd like to conclude by sharing one of my favorite quotes from Mahatma Gandhi. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Thank you.